the finality of actually getting what he wanted. And we also needed to show the double cross between Tychus and Raynor. And we had to do this in these large metal suits. And so what we really relied on was these close, intimate shots of the facial expression. So we dug deeply into the acting, and we dug deeply into eye direction, speaking, getting a lot of the body language through the eyes, and getting a lot of the believability through the fleshiness of the face. Once you tell the story cleanly and clearly in 3D, then we can distribute all these individual assets and worry about adding more detail and adding more effects and more elements here or there.
Rigging is the process of hooking up controls to our characters that allow the animators to move them through the scene. One of our more complex rigs that we built for the cinematics was the armor suit for the Marine. You see them in the intro and all throughout the rest of the cinematics. There were many controls, over 200, to articulate everything from the arms moving around and the face shield down to all the little vents on the back and down the spine. So that presented a unique and difficult challenge for us to keep that whole thing together and rigid and still able to act, still able to give the performance that the animator was looking for. So we have the simulation process, and that's the process of deforming a character using a simulator. So the character of Kerrigan presented a number of different challenges for us, not the least of which is she's seen in 3 different forms throughout the cinematics. So another simulation task that we're responsible for is the simulation of all the hair in all of the shows. So in Kerrigan's dream, for instance, you see Kerrigan running around, wind blowing around, dust blowing around. That presented some challenges for us because we really needed to work closely with the effects team and the animators to make sure that the continuity was there, the wind directions were all correct. Her hair was blowing in the same direction as all the dust elements and ember elements and fire elements that were provided by the effects team.
When you're lighting a sequence, about half the equation is the lights and the other half is the shaders and how the surfaces react to the lights. As the shaders are being developed, the artist is looking at real-world samples of different materials and trying to mimic that in CG and how shiny the object is, how reflective it is, what coloration it has,